I would like to invite Dr. Meera Sarma from Quantum Harbour. She's the CEO of Systel, the company behind Quantum Harbour. These speeches are also going to be focused on safety, security, and resilience. Are you ready for your 4 minutes?
Ready.
Please give it to Meera. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Okay, I'm Meera. I am the CEO of a company called Systel. We work in the intersection between, we are kind of based in the UK, and we work in the intersection of cybersecurity and quantum computing. Has anyone in the audience heard of quantum computers? Yes, okay, a few of you, great. So what we do is to look at the next wave of cyber attacks and try and see how we can defend against them. So as we know, the maritime sector has a very wide digital footprint. You've got a lot of interconnected IoT devices, you've got IT, you've got OT, you've got and data as well. How do you protect all that data, which is financial sometimes? You've got financial data, you've got personal data, data that belongs to people, human resources, and all of that is at risk the day we get a commercially viable quantum computer. Why are we discussing this today? Because of geopolitics. You may come across the term, there's something called, quantum iron curtains. There's a quantum Cold War going on because countries are not disclosing the kind of quantum capabilities they have. And rightfully so, because everybody knows that with quantum computers, you can decrypt vast amounts of data very, very quickly. To give you a slight example, you all use passwords. If I had a quantum computer today, I can crack your passwords in 8 seconds. That's the difference, right? And RSA, it would take about 30 minutes to break RSA. So all of that is something that we are working to protect against. So NATO talks about, but at the same time, we're seeing a lot in the news about quantum, that companies are starting to say quantum safety is important. We just had a recent conversation with one of the largest insurance companies in the world, and they have started saying we can't really give cyber insurance anymore without understanding if organizations are quantum safe. So what does that actually mean? I just have to mention something about hackers here because I spent a lot of my time with hackers. I spent a decade with hackers. And I just had a quick look at hacker chat rooms to see if hackers are discussing quantum. And they are. So hackers such as Quantum Shadow, Dark Quantum are really talking about offering quantum as a service. They're already discussing about let's keep collecting large volumes of data and let's start decrypting the day we get a commercial quantum computer. Which means that if you are connected with the maritime sector and you have large volumes of data, you have sensitive data, IP, all of that is at risk. And it doesn't matter how much you're investing in AI, it doesn't matter how much you're investing in cyber. This is an issue that has to be addressed now. So what can be done today? So today what we can start doing is looking at your cryptography. How do you look at what kind of cryptography do you have? Do you have a cryptographic full dashboard? Do you understand where it lies? Do you understand if it's protecting you? Just to give you another example here, we did a bit of work with a bank who said, we are very quantum safe, we've got it all. We checked their encryption and they were using TLS 1.1. So for those of you connected to IT, TLS 1.1 is highly risky. You wouldn't expect banks to have that. So what we do is to look at organizations and say, look, if you're doing a pen test, you've got to start doing cryptographic assessments over that. We created our own tool. So we have a scanner that really scans your encryption of your organization internally, externally, and provides you with all the information about where is your encryption, what's the state of it, and how do you test whether it's quantum safe or not. Why Systel? We're working on one of the largest UK projects with BT, Toshiba, HSBC on developing cyber toolkits for quantum assurance. We also just finished a project with Coca-Cola. We work with companies like, Helaba, which is a large federal German bank, and we're starting work with the Port of Tyne as well. So if you have any questions, please get in touch. I'd love to connect. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I keep on doing that. Thank you, Dr. Meera. Really appreciate it. I promise to just try to go around you. I'm so sorry. Next, we have Steve Birdsall from Gaist, delivering advanced geospatial intelligence to help to help ports strengthen their resilience and decision-making. Welcome. Through detailed infrastructure. Thank you, Stephen. Please, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. What I want to talk to you about really is the roadways around ports. So obviously, I don't need to talk to many people in this room about how important our large ports, airports, big terminals, etc., are to different economies around the world. Without them moving, the economies will collapse. We know that already from accidents we've had in the past. But to keep things moving, the roadways have to be in a good condition. And as we heard this morning, actually, one of the biggest problems is that infrastructure is crumbling, and that causes a number of problems to large site operators, as well as large road network operators as well around the world. I'm Steve Birdsall. I'm the CEO of a company called Gaist, and it's our mission really to bring innovation to that asset management, the asset management of the roadscape around these large facilities. And what we do in terms of benefit supports, what we're able to do is look at the entire network and be able to get a snapshot of what the condition of that network truly is. And early identification of issues as well. So small issues become big issues down the line. So being able to identify things in early stages, and that obviously underpins safety as well around different facilities, and give our clients a clear evidence base so we can start to really determine what kind of investment is needed to keep on top of this infrastructure. So how do we do that? So the first step is we go around and collect imagery. That's what we do. We have a 360-degree camera augmented with a downward-facing camera that allows us to see a large sweep of the envelope that we drive through, or the roadscape as we call it. And you can sort of see on that screenshot there that the top right is a full 360-degree image with a downward-facing image that allows us to look at the real detail on these roadways. And then from that, this is where the magic happens. We start to use AI to do the analysis, and we can then identify all the different defects that are out in the roadway to a high level of precision and also detail as well. We go right down into just even the finest of cracks. And then what we do is we then reference that to a particular cell. We create a polygon for each element of the network, each 5 meters of the network that we're working on, and all of that detail is imprinted into that there. So we can actually start to do some real clever analytics. And you can see there, just at a high level, like a bird's eye view, how we can start to plot the condition of a roadway going through a different facility. That's actually Liverpool Dock, so we did a project there. Now, the importance of that is that we can then start to look at what treatments are needed, the cost-effective treatments to put those defects right, to improve the road network overall and make it safer, of course. Liverpool Docks there is just a bit of a testimonial from these guys. I won't read it all, but they said it transformed their maintenance. So, that's a good endorsement of what we were doing for those guys. Now, it's not just looking at the here and now, but also what they're going to need in the future in terms of long-term investment. So we're able to model that data out there for a number of years, really, to see what's the optimal maintenance regime and investment needed to keep that different facility operating at peak proficiency. Another quick case study here is Port of Dover. We did a project not so long ago, actually, where you can see that we took imagery from the entire site. And you can see that that's just a small section of that site there at Dover where the roll-on roll-off ferries depart from. And what we were able to do is to give them a very detailed understanding of what the road condition, or the surface conditions are there for their future maintenance programs. But also on top of that, we were then able to overlay all of the inventory as well. So all of the signage, all of the lines, etc. Because these are items that all need maintenance as you go forward as well. And again, a testimony from those guys. I won't read it, but they said that was technically excellent. So they like the solution quite obviously. Now, we don't just go where vehicles can go, but there are lots of terminals that have foot passengers, etc., and people have to walk around these sites in any event. And we also have the same solution, a 360-degree camera and downward-facing camera on a body-worn solution, so we can go anywhere pretty much. So we can do lining, we can do car parks, etc. But essentially, we're a critical partner to any organisation that wants to keep their facilities operating efficiently. Well, thank you very much indeed. I'll keep to time on that one.
Sorry, I had to rush you.
No, that's story of my life.
Don't worry, it also happens to me. The last And next and last speech, we have Joaquín Calvo de No from Cyraco, developing technology to detect, prevent, and respond to physical and digital threats affecting port operations. Correct? Joaquín, the stage is yours.
Thank you. My name is Joaquín Calvo. I'm the CTO of Cyraco. Basically, first I will give you a short context, a short slide with the context of the company. Otherwise, as a techie, I get carried away and go directly into the product. So basically, Cyraco is a German company. It was founded in Cologne by joining forces with a group of innovators and TIC industry, so testing, inspection, and certification industry leaders. The goal was to create a flexible, scalable, and standalone platform so that it could help in the automation of visual inspection, quality, compliance processes. Very early on, we were pioneers in the integration of technologies such as AI and extended reality for compliance and quality and maintenance purposes. We won an accelerator grant from the EU, so we were among the 1% that actually were successful in this application process, and since then we have been growing, and we have been getting traction in different sectors, from logistics, transport, energy. You can see some big names here, and automotive. We have now reached growing. We have been growing up gradually, so with organically. But in order to take advantage of all the opportunities that we see left and right, we are also now looking for investors, even though we have technically reached break-even. So about the product, what do we address? So basically what we do is addressing the quality and compliance processes that are largely inefficient and most of the time. So safety, security, health, environment inspection processes are typically time-consuming. They lack innovation, digitization. Most of the time they are also involve paperwork. They require the extensive traveling from experts, so not only in for the execution, but also for the planning. These are processes that are quite labor intensive, they are expensive, they are error prone. And so the idea for us is to come up with a system, with a platform that increases the efficiency of these whole processes while also optimizing the quality, the compliance, and the traceability of the whole thing. And we build from scratch this platform we call Cyraco, which basically integrates all these latest technologies into building blocks that we can build kind of like a Lego system, and so we can build adapted solutions. So on one side, the extended reality ensures accuracy, provides traceability, and also with remote support, while the AI, the different layers of AI systems provide automatic detection of incidents, of anomalies, and metrics based on the visual feedback. These layers include things like computer vision, large language models, OCR, but among a few of the actual implemented technologies. The platform is highly cross-compatible, so we can use from smart glasses to smartphones, tablets, and basically anything that has a camera on, so even drones and other systems. And as a result of all this, all the work that was put into the platform, it's outstanding. The scalability is outstanding, and it can be implemented in a lot of different use cases and applications with a high degree of flexibility. So here I can show you a couple of examples that we have implemented among our customers. So we can do from compliance inspections to quality inspections to training using AR and AI. We can do remote maintenance process, complex document analysis through AI, and many other use cases, basically. So what's the overall impact of the system? So I can sum it up in 3 key points. So efficiency, typically over 300% efficiency increase in these processes, fully controlled regulatory compliance with 0 tolerance for errors, but also environmental impact in a high reduction of travel-related emissions for these processes, and the elimination of paper-based procedures. Thank you very much.